All right, so I'm going to link the video below, but it made me kind of realize a little bit of stuff. And I'll explain why. So I spent, better part of a decade and a half gray rocking the shit out of my family. Like, I would maybe go to events or see them or whatever, just limited contact as much as possible. And somewhere around, I don't know, 3 years ago, I guess I kind of had enough of not understanding anything that went on during my siblings and I's childhood. So I started asking questions. Why did that happen? What was that about? What was going on there? Just, I felt like I needed to know, like, give me some kind of explanation. Maybe, I was pissed off at your dad, or I was pissed off at your mother, or I was pissed off at somebody, or, I was going through a hard time financially at the time, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I took it out on the kids, and all that sort of stuff. I just wanted to understand. And wouldn't you know that very shortly after I started asking questions, I was shunned from the family, accused of being an alcoholic, and once again in my life tried to put into a loony bin. That happened several times, actually. And every time they're like, there's nothing wrong with this kid. He's fine. And once again, in my 30s, they were like, there's nothing wrong with him. He's perfectly fine. I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about. But the key I want you to see there is once I started asking questions, once I started to try to digest and divulge the happenings that happened to me and my siblings, all of a sudden I became, persona non grata, just a complete outcast. And of course that trickled down. But I just realized that. I was like, you know what? All this nonsense with them and their crazy behavior escalated like tenfold once I started asking questions. And that's what that video talks about. They don't want to explain anything. They don't want to divulge any information. They don't that it makes them, I guess in their mind, weak, perhaps. And yeah. Now, it just so happens that I got very unfortunate because that's the same time that I felt sick, or fell sick, rather, and was going through a lot of other emotional shit. So it was kind of like a trifecta of shitdom for me to deal with. But yeah, I just realized that. That's some fucked up shit. Because I was calling them and, explain this story to me. I remember this, explain that to me. I remember you doing this to my sister. I remember you doing this to my brother. Explain that to me, explain that to me. And then all of a sudden, persona non grata. Wonder why.